Hey everyone, I'm Nicole,
And I'm Gabrielle.
and we are the hosts of the Spiritual Sisters podcast.
Join us every week as we discuss all the spiritual topics like astrology, mediumship, psychic insights, and so much more.
We are often joined by others we have met along our spiritual journey who are well versed in many of these areas.
Get ready for enlightening discussions and interviews and personal experiences that we hope will expand your mind and get you thinking outside of the box.
Whether you're a seasoned spiritual seeker or just beginning your spiritual journey, there's something here for everyone.
Check us out every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts. See you then.
Bye!
Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Soul Ecosystem Podcast. I am your host, Anna Rising, and on this podcast, we discuss all things soul contracts and the soul contract journey. On this episode today, we are going to not be looking into a soul contract of a famous person or a historical figure like I usually do. We are going to be looking into the energy of July. You are going to choose a card, pick a number from 1 to 4, and whatever intuitively feels right for you, whatever number feels intuitively right for you, you are going to listen to the message for that number, and that is going to be your July prediction, your July message, what Spirit wants you to know for the month of July. Now, when I was tuning into the energy of July, this feels like 2026 energy. I'm getting the sense that you guys are a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to the rest of consciousness right now. Maybe it's that time is kind of speeding up a little bit and we're starting to see the themes of 2026 start coming into play and kind of dancing and mingling with our energies, kind of flirting with us a little bit. So while you guys are picking a number from 1 to 4, I just wanted to update you guys a little bit on what is going on with me personally. And there are some messages that I also felt like I needed to share before I even went into this reading. It feels like it's a message for somebody. And before I get into that, I wanted to say that I quit meat for a year, or I'm trying to. And the motivation behind it is 90% out of spite to prove my husband wrong. And the other 10% is because I love animals. I love animals. And up until I was pregnant with my 4-year-old boy, I didn't really eat meat. It was more like, it was a very, very rare thing for me to eat. I only ate it, I feel like, on special occasions. Otherwise, my diet consisted of salads, vegetables, eggs, like rice, that kind of stuff. So I was trying to tell my husband that I somehow started up the conversation that I did not eat meat as heavily as I do now. I love steak now. I love bacon now. And he was trying to tell me how. I think, okay, here we go. We were talking about hunters. I don't know how this conversation started, but we were talking about hunting. And he was trying to tell me that hunters don't hunt for pleasure or like for the kill, they hunt for the meat. And I went into this whole argument with him about how there are grocery stores full of meat. They don't need to go out and kill deer and kill like animals, that it's really for the violence of it. It's for the sport of it. And somehow that ended up with me swearing to him, betting him that I could go a year without meat. The only thing that I did not count on is my terrible memory. The only thing I didn't count on is my absolutely terrible memory. He's glaring at me right now. Because as soon as I bet him that I could go a year without meat easily, because again, I rarely ate meat. It was almost like, how do you say it, socially? So I was telling him that I could easily do it. Didn't count on the fact that I don't have great memory. Because as soon as we left lunch, we went to go see a movie, Materialists. And he asked me if I wanted to order anything, and I remembered that he ordered these egg rolls, cheese steak egg rolls from the movie theater, and I was like, oh, we know that's good. So I ordered that. The food came, the movie started. I took a bite of the egg roll, ate it, and then it wasn't until I picked it up for a second time and I saw the inside of the egg roll that it clicked for me that I just lost the bet. And he started dying. He started laughing uncontrollably because he saw the moment it clicked for me, the moment I made the connection that it was a cheese steak egg roll. And he started dying laughing, and I started saying how that wasn't fair because he watched me order it. He knew what it was. He knew what I was ordering, and he just let me order it because he knew that I just forgot what I said about meat. And now he's dying laughing again. Thank you. So immediately went out the window, but I had already taken a bite of it. And it was really good, and it was gonna be a shame to waste it. But I wanted to make him stop laughing at me. So I tried to stuff a cheesesteak egg roll in his face, and I missed, and I landed my fingers in the dip. That was also really good. And then it just made him laugh more. So I was like, okay, whatever. I was hungry. And now I tried to convince him to just close his eyes, and he kept thinking that I was going to try and shove the cheesesteak egg roll in his face again. And I was like, no, just trust me, just close your eyes. He's like, no, you're gonna shove it in my mouth. I'm like, no, I'm not, just trust me, close your eyes. So he closed his eyes, and then the way he tells it, he opens them and sees me covering my face, the side of my face, with a napkin. And he had felt me reach over to get the egg roll that I had bit. And he's like, then there was just this silence. And all you hear is this loud crunch. And that is how he knew. That is how he knew that I was not counting this cheesesteak egg roll. And therefore I didn't lose the bet because it doesn't count. I didn't remember. I'm going to remember now. Wish me luck with that because I'm going to need either a brain transplant or some kind of like memory loss drug to help me through this, to help me remember not to order things that have meat in it. So, but it was tricky because the egg roll, it's kind of snuck up on you because there's egg rolls that don't have meat in it. And the steak part of the cheesesteak egg roll kind of was lost on me. So, felt like you guys needed a good laugh. We are still laughing about it. Anyway, I was really inspired by some things that I was meditating on today as I was doing yoga. And I was kind of thinking about two things. I was thinking about whether or not to pursue something. I don't want to give too many details, but I was pondering if it was the right thing to do, if it was coming from a place of vengefulness, or if it was coming from a bad place with bad intentions, or if it was actually meant to happen now, because this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And I was shown an analogy, because that's how my spirit guides like to work with me. I was shown an analogy of me having set an animal free. It got wounded, and it was being chased by a wolf. And there was this moment where it's like a triangle between me, the wolf, and the wounded animal. And I have the choice to step in and stop the wolf from attacking the wounded animal and eating it. And I was asking my spirit team if it was right to step in. And they were saying to me that I'm going to be responsible for not stepping in. I'm going to be responsible for the fact that this wounded animal died because I could have stepped in front of it and prevented the wolf from eating it. I don't know why I just snapped, but my fingers just snapped on their own for no reason. I have no idea why that just happened, but it happened to me in my last podcast episode too. It was really strange. So I was trying to understand that. I'm like, how am I responsible for that? It's not like I'm killing the animal. It's not like I'm wounding the animal. And this is not about, like, I'm not trying to make take a political stance on eating meat or not eating meat right now. It was just from a place of something's happening. And do I take action on it, or do I let it continue and let the situation resolve on its own? So I was being shown that it is accruing karma if you choose not to do something, because in your inaction, you are enabling what is happening. You are saying that you're okay with what is happening, and you are letting it transpire, knowing that you could do something to stop it. And it made me realize, maybe this is like too long of a segment, like it should be a separate episode. I'm sorry that I'm putting this in front of your July reading, guys. Maybe this is the universe's way of showing us that it does not enable us. This kind of led me to think about how many times I hit really dark places, really low points throughout my life where I remember like 3 specific moments. I couldn't get out of it. And I remember crying and praying and asking God, like, to either show me a sign or to help me out of this, let me know what to do. And it felt like it was falling on deaf ears. It felt like it was just, I was screaming into the void and nobody was hearing me. And when I was meditating on that, I asked, why didn't I get any signs? Why didn't I get any help? Like, even just a person coming up to me and being like, you know what, it's going to be okay. Whatever you're going through, it's going to be fine. And I was shown that it was as if I was a toddler in a kiddie pool. And I was begging for help, like asking, like, please save me, like I'm drowning. And they're like, you're literally in shallow water. You're literally in shallow water. I saw my spirit guide lift me up by my shirt and tell me to use my legs and to stand. So from that, I've realized that spirit does not enable you. It's not going to make you feel less powerful. It's not going to help you at the cost of realizing your own power, of realizing your own part in where you are, and helping you have that moment of growth where it's like, hey, I need to shift something here. Something is clearly not working. And instead of like picking you up, it's going to let you stay there until you realize that A, you know how to swim, B, you can just stand up and get out of the pool. And I thought that that was incredibly profound and something that I needed to share and kind of help integrate that into consciousness, into the collective right now. Because if you feel like your life is running out of control, you are going to be faced with that moment where you're going to have to realize, hey, this isn't working, and I have the power within me to shift what isn't working and realign myself to what I actually want out of life. So that is a message that I think is very self-empowering. The universe will not enable you. It won't be the helicopter mom that will pick you up out of the kiddie pool. It is going to make you stay there long enough for you to realize, I need to get up and I need to realign, like recalibrate with my soul, with my mission, with the path I want, because this is not it. And oftentimes, this kind of sneaks up on you. Getting into the place where you think that you're drowning kind of sneaks up on you because you don't even realize how you've been catering to everybody else's desires, everybody else's vision of who you are and what you need to be. And it sneaks up on you. And even though the universe could easily throw you a bone, send you a person, be like, hey, it's going to be okay. It could easily do that, but it knows that's not going to be of any service to you. It's not going to help you grow. It's not going to get you to that point where you reach the bottom and you're like, okay, nobody's coming. I have to save myself. For some people, hitting that bottom happens faster than others. I feel like I fought mine for a very, very long time because I was really stubborn about it. But eventually it happened, and then I stopped giving my power away and realized that I need to get out of this on my own. So that was a little precursor message to your July readings. Definitely not easy stuff, deep stuff to go into before a July reading. Today I am using my brand new deck called the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And this is the deck that I was talking about. I think it was in the either last episode or the episode before that I said I saw this bridge from in meditation from Lemuria. And then when I got onto my Instagram, I saw a picture of a card that had that exact same image. And I was like, I need to buy that deck. So we're using that deck today. And this deck is very, very talkative. It kept just jumping out at me, like all of these different cards. So some of you may have very detailed messages coming through. Feel into your heart. And with your intuition, choose a number between 1 and 4. And we are going to get started on the energy prediction of July for group number 1. Hi, group number 1. The card that you got is called the 7-Star Sisters. This card is about birthing creations, the tapestry of life, and expression. And I love that I can recognize your energy at this point. I can recognize the audience's energy based on the cards that I draw and the messages that are coming through for you, because you guys come back, you guys keep listening, and I can tell which group is which. It's so interesting. So these are my girlies that are entrepreneurs. They are kind of forging their own path, and they have a very hard time tuning into their intuition and trusting it. They have done the work, first of all. You have a hard time of trusting your intuition and working with your intuition, but you have come so far. Like, I bet you if you looked back on your life 10 years from now versus now, you're going to see like two different people. Like, think somebody that was working a 9-to-5 in a cubicle, or was an overworked nurse just working night shifts and just turning into a zombie of a person because of how sleep deprived and how messed up your sleep cycle is, to now it's almost like you are living on the road in a van, driving across the country, finding different ways, like creative ways to earn little bursts of money, either through hobbies or photography or something like that. It's very, very different. The structure that would have felt very stable and comforting for you, it feels suffocating for you now. It feels absolutely draining, and you're much more in an entrepreneurial, how do I stay financially free without like selling my soul for it kind of mindset. And you guys particularly are very, very creative, and you have ideas flowing to you that want to be birthed through you all the time. I can see it happening in the shower. I can see it happening as you're brainstorming with your friends about what they can do. It comes up for you very naturally, very easily. You're one of those people that can pick up on other people's gifts. I can see you guys talking to other friends of yours and being like, oh, you should do this. You're really good at that. But it's much difficult for you to do that on your own, again, because there's this little resistance in regards to trusting yourself. There's some resistance there, and maybe it's a fear of failure. Maybe it's you feel like you're not worthy to be that successful. But there's this disconnect there for you between what wants to come through you and what you are actually doing. It feels like if you think of a computer that has like backed up tabs, I want to say. It feels like you have a lot of tabs open and they're trying to load, but they can't. They're trying to show up for you. They're trying to guide you and tell you what needs to be created through you. But it's like you have to cut through the noise, the interference that is happening within yourself, because it comes from a place of fear. There's a part of you that you may have forgotten that is trying to come through for you. And it is something that you're afraid to do because maybe you've tried to do that before and you totally got shut down. So let's say that you were a kid that loved to draw and you absolutely loved to create art, but your art teacher didn't see that at all, didn't recognize that at all, and she shut you down or told you weren't good enough to go to like college for art or get a scholarship for it. I don't know. At some point, it was shut down. It was discouraged. And it's very difficult for you to come back and reframe that for yourself and be like, you know what? I shouldn't have listened to them. I don't know why I took that so close to heart. And now it's become kind of a stumbling block for myself to create the things that I want to create. So I see there being a lot of energy behind you, and it's trying to come out. And you are kind of pushing it back, and you're like, no, not yet. I'm not ready. I don't feel confident. I don't feel enough for it to come through. It's not the right time, and you're putting it off. And the universe really, really, really wants you to mellow out, is what I'm hearing. Not my words. Mellow out and sit still for a second. And when you start asking these projects that want to be birthed by you, asking them why it is that you have, like, you're resistant to bringing them about, it is going to be very eye-opening for you what is holding you back there. So let's say you had an idea months ago to open a cafe, and you kind of shut it down, tucked it away. Bring that up again, bring up the ideas that you remember that you have been putting off, and you are going to remember the idea, the one that is speaking to me right now, the one that is like, please remind her that I'm still here and she needs to get started because this is important to her soul work. You can't forget it because it's a part of your mission. This is something that needs to be done for you. So whatever it is that you have been putting off in the background and saying that you can't do it for one reason or the other, bring it up and start asking yourself why there's resistance there. It will come up. You will get to the bottom of the memory attached to this resistance that is causing you to kind of pump the brakes, like red light this thing, instead of letting it come through and healing you and healing others around you through this. Because your art, your expression of art is healing. It heals the land around you. It heals the consciousness around you when you pursue your art. So that is the message that was coming up for me. You little entrepreneurs, you have to really trust your gut on this. It's going to be a very powerful lesson, is what I'm hearing. This is going to help you really come back into your energy more and learn to trust yourself and your instincts, because you have been very wary of them. And it's going to help you a lot throughout this business idea you're pursuing, throughout this creative idea that is trying to come through for you. So don't give up on it. Don't put it away. You need to address what is stopping you from taking it on and making sure that all of the reasons subside, making sure that I can kind of see you waving them and washing them away, as if you're holding a plate that is dirty or covered in something, and you're kind of wiping away all of the nonsense that is preventing you from seeing the beauty of this plate. This is your offering. This is what you have to offer to humanity. This is in your heart. It's in your heart for a reason. It wasn't placed there. It wasn't implanted there by somebody else. This is coming from your pure essence, is what I'm trying to say. And it is something that you need to familiarize yourself with, because it is a part of your mission and your identity and your path. That is all I have for you, group number 1. We are going to move on to group number 2. Group number 2, you have a lot of messages. Spirit really wanted to talk to you. A lot of messages coming through for you, and it's kind of painting a picture. Okay, so I have a feeling that the message that I was talking about, the universe not enabling, was for you. And if you were asking for confirmation, this is your confirmation. This is your message from the universe that it's not going to enable you. And I feel that I need to lay that down a little bit more gently for you guys, because it seems like there's something going on for you. It feels like you guys are very much in a place of darkness. You are going through something very, very difficult right now. And I want to encourage you to be able to empower yourself, to get yourself out of it, to get yourself through this, because you have the power to do that. And I also want to tell you how absolutely loved and held you are by the universe through this. That is not to say that the universe isn't giving you some tough love right now. It is incredibly difficult what you are going through, and even more so that the universe is kind of really letting you struggle through this. So I'm going to give you some love, hope, and encouragement, because I promise you, coming out the other end of this, you are going to be so much stronger. First of all, happier. Second of all, stronger. And you're not going to get into this place of hopelessness again. This hopelessness, this helplessness that you feel is very divine. It was divinely timed and placed into your life particularly for this moment. So when it feels like everything is kind of falling apart around you and everything is in shambles, you need to remember this. You are exactly where you need to be. You are just as loved as when you had everything, when you felt the happiest you felt, when you felt the most whole that you felt. You are just as loved now as you were then. The universe didn't stop caring about you or loving you just because you feel forgotten. It has not forgotten you. You are going to come out of this wiser and stronger. And nobody wants to hear that when they're going through it. They're like, I don't want to be stronger. I don't want to have to learn this lesson. I don't want to have to go through this, but this is very, very important. I know it feels like it's the end of the world, but it is very much just the beginning. You are making room for much better and much greater things. And in order for those great things, those great relationships, those great jobs, those great homes to come through for you, you need to get rid of the ones that aren't working for you. So this is a process of death and renewal for you. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of conflict. I feel like somebody did you wrong really, really badly. somebody really, really wounded you and you're not ready to forgive them, you don't need to. You don't need to do it right now. You can't see the full picture yet of what a blessing this is in disguise, but you will see it. It might take some time, but you will see it. So in the midst of this darkness and in the midst of this brokenness where you feel like there's nothing left, you have no strength left to keep paddling, let the universe hold you through this. It's not going to take the lesson away from you. It's not going to fix it for you, because this is not what you asked for. You asked for something better. The transition process is not fun. It is not fun. It's not fun to kind of have the rug ripped out from under you. But this is exactly what you asked for. Just keep remembering that this is what you asked for. You are exactly where you need to be. And you have to make it through the toughness of this, the discomfort, the pain, because it might not appear on your body as a wound, but this is a very, very real and deep soul wound. And you need to not take this personally. You need to remember that the universe isn't punishing you. It is blessing you. You don't see this as a blessing right now, but believe me, you definitely will. Come a year's time, you're going to see it. Once the emotions have faded, and this is the difficult part of emotions, this is the difficult part of when we're going through something very, very dark and traumatizing, the emotions attached to it could be very, very severe, and it could get us into a darker place than we were before. So really try to sit with it. Don't try to harness it or shove the feelings down. Don't try to work through the feelings like oh, I have too much to do to be dealing with this right now. Don't try to do that. Really honor the process, honor the grief that needs to come through. It will help you with the healing. It will help you come out of this faster. And I know right now you want to get out of it as fast as possible. You kind of want to take your mind off of it. You kind of want to distract yourself with better memories, better ideas, better things, better people. But this is a very deep, soulful medicine. And again, it is exactly what you asked for. If you asked for transformation, if you asked for a better partner, don't be upset when the partner that you had can't be a better partner for you, so you need a different partner. You are really getting an upgrade, and that is how you should see this situation. That is a mantra that I would repeat to myself through this to help me get through this. You are getting an upgrade. Trust the process. Feel through the pain. You are getting an upgrade. There are better and bigger things coming into your life because you've upgraded. Your energy can now handle and tolerate a different vibration with more emotionally intelligent people, or with a better company, a better job opportunity, a better location, a better house. So trust that the universe is not punishing you, is not saying you're horrible and you deserve horrible, horrible things to happen to you. It is actively calling in and bringing forward to you what it is that you've been asking for. The message, one of the messages that popped up for you from the cards is that you're getting a reminder that it is important to soften, forgive, and find your way back to love. This requires you to not take things personally, not feel like something was done to you, not feel like something was taken from you and have this animosity or this anger towards a person. You are going to see that soften with time, but the universe kind of wants to get you started on that in order to be able to still hold place in your heart for love and understanding, because it doesn't, when you hold on to that resentment, it's not going to serve you in any way. It's not going to serve anybody else in any way either. It's just going to make you cold. It's going to make you hard-hearted and callous and jaded. So let's not go into that direction where we blame a person. How could they do this to us? How could they do this and this and this? We need to see it for what it is. And I would encourage you to meditate on the situation, on what happened. If it is a person who's wronged you, imagine them in front of you and try to see what is behind it. Because, again, this is an offering from the universe to you. This is an opportunity for growth here. This person may have treated you like crap, but it is a lesson that you needed. And they signed up to be that instigator. They signed up to be, you know what, yeah, I'll be the person that helps her realize her worth. I'll be the person that is the bad guy, that reminds her of how powerful she is, of the master manifester she is, in order for her to get back on track, in order for her to get on her soul path. So when you see it from that perspective, when you see it through those eyes, in a spiritual lens, it's much more different than what we are being shown physically. And it might be a difficult pill to swallow because we want to be angry. We want to feel the feelings. We want to be like, no, but you did me wrong. But spiritually, they were meant to teach us a lesson. And the faster you can come out of this with gratitude that, okay, I see how you treated me. I learned a lesson. Thank you. The faster you're going to be able to heal this. The last card that popped up for you, group number 2, is talking about being homesick. And this makes me want to encourage you to read the book that I just finished reading. In fact, I literally just finished reading it this afternoon, and then I started meditating. I talked about it before. It's by Catherine Pais, or Pais. It's called Dolores, My Journey Home. And she just, like the last chapter of the book was talking about her realizations about the word home and finding home within herself, how much she longed to always have that home. She thought she would be able to find it in a partner. She thought she'd be able to find it in her children, but it just never happened. And it wasn't until her retreat that she did in Brazil that she realized that she is her own home. Home is within her. There's this homesickness to you guys, group number 2. And I can identify with it very much. There's this desire for either a picture-perfect family or a feeling of security and comfort that you never received as a child, as an adult. There may have always been this internal desire to find a place where you kind of can like just relax, just be yourself, just completely let go and unwind. And that never happened for you. You weren't able to find that. You are being asked to find that within yourself, to stop looking for it in other people. Because the reason that this heartbreak that you're currently experiencing is so damning, so freaking painful for you right now, is because you were like, I thought you were my person. I thought that this is finally going to be when I get to let go, when I get to trust and just completely lay down all of my walls with someone and be authentically free, authentically myself. And you have to kind of take a look at that expectation and that pressure that you put onto the relationship, because it is pressure. It's putting pressure on somebody that may not have been prepared to handle that. They may not have been prepared to be that safe place for you, that safe space for you, because they can't be that for themselves either. And the answer is not to find another person that can be that safe space for you. The answer is to find it within yourself. Don't wait until you have the perfect relationship. Don't wait until you have the perfect feeling of home, the perfect coziness, the cozy nook that you're looking for. Don't wait for that to happen. Make it within yourself. And I guarantee you, as soon as you do that, you're going to be able to attract that comfiness, coziness, safeness, stability for yourself outwardly too. But it starts inside. Your physical reality is going to reflect what is happening internally for you. So, if internally you are not your own safe space, you are not a comforting and calming presence for yourself, you don't like yourself, you're going to keep attracting people that have that same level of instability, discomfort, and the same things that you are familiar to inside. If you feel very panicked, that is what your reality is going to reflect. So you are the mirror. Once you find that peace and calmness within you, and I'm saying this to myself too, as I'm saying this, I'm like, damn, this is some good stuff. Once you become the safe space for yourself, once you give yourself the stability and the sense of comfiness and coziness and trust for yourself, you're going to be able to find that outwardly. You're going to be able to find that in the physical realm. And that's another thing I guess I need to touch on a little bit. You have to be the kind of adult that your inner child needed. So let's say as a child, the adults around you were not making really good decisions. They were not being very nice adults. You need to become the kind of adult that little you needed. When you do that, you're going to be able to find that place of peace because you're going to be able to trust yourself again. You're going to be able to trust that, hey, little me didn't know how to draw boundaries, how to stand up for myself. I couldn't. I was a kid. But adult me has that covered now. Adult me can stand up for myself. I can draw boundaries. And if somebody crosses them, I can take care of it. I can protect myself. I can take myself out of that situation so that doesn't happen again and so that I don't get hurt. When that happens, you are going to be that safe space for yourself. I think that is all I have for you, group number 2. This is turning into a longer episode than I thought. I am going to go ahead and start on group number 3. Okay, group number 3. Your energy is still opening up to me a little bit. So I have a feeling that you have been holding your cards really close to your chest as of late. It's almost like this feeling that you've been betrayed, that you can't trust anyone. So you're very, very reserved with your energy and who gets to come into it. The card that I pulled out for you, I read the meaning of it and I was just like, I should just tell them, read this whole thing to them because it was so profound and so deep. But I'm going to summarize it for you guys and see what else pops up for your energy because you have been going through it. Life is a roller coaster and has been a roller coaster for you, especially as of late. It feels like every time you kind of get a little bit stable, every time you get back on your feet and you think that things are going to turn around, something tragic happens and it's like you're back to square one again. You have been living a life of extremes. That is the card that popped out for you. The card says, fall into my arms. and it is a card of surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life. So there's this sense that it's very up and down, touch and go for you right now. You are experiencing various polarities, and it's interesting that I think that you're going to resonate with group two's message as well. So I would highly recommend that you listen to group two's, because your card, the meaning of it literally started touching on the polarities of life. It started touching on the fact that you might feel like the universe is punishing you when you're experiencing these hits, it feels like, to the chest. So I think group two's message is going to bring you some comfort as well. So listen to that. As for you, group number 3, you feel tired. You are exhausted, and you are having a hard time with life, having a hard time finding the motivation, finding your why, finding a reason to get out of bed in the morning, because you are usually the type that gets knocked down and immediately gets up, and you kind of brush it off and you keep going, and you brush it off and you keep going, and you brush it off and you keep going. And at a certain point, it gets like, are we done? Like, can we get to the easy part, please? Can we get to a part where I'm not being constantly knocked on my ass? So I can feel your energy. I can feel this feeling of defeat. And this is exactly what the universe is asking for you to do, not to keep getting up and fighting. It doesn't want you to do that. It really wants you to surrender. It wants you to not force yourself to get back up when you get hit. It wants you to take a second. And I feel like this is a common theme in a lot of my readings. Like, the universe keeps asking people to slow down and take a second. Usually there's some like internal introspection or reflection that needs to happen, but I feel like you just need to rest. You have not been seeing, maybe you've been feeling the physical effects of constantly being go, go, go all the time, but you have not been seeing what it's doing to you both energetically and spiritually, which is likely now as soon as I said it, I'm like, that's not really safe. I can see your aura start to get holes in it. It looks like somebody's punching holes in it. It's kind of debilitating for you. I'm being shown that it's like you keep taking all of these shots to your energy field and you don't let yourself recover from them. So you're walking around with all of these leaks in your energy, all of these holes in your aura, instead of tending to them, recovering, and kind of, I'm hearing that affirmations would close these holes for you, because it feels like these shots that are taken are very personal. It's almost like people are taking jabs at you, like they're either criticizing you, telling you you're not doing good enough, or like they're taking jabs. And because you've taken so many already and are a little bit weak energetically, you're absorbing them. You're absorbing the things that they're saying about you. Like, before you let it wash off of you, like molasses, not molasses, like oil, it just like slid right off your back. You didn't take it personally. You're like, whatever, you're having a bad day. But now you're like absorbing it. And have you felt that? Have you felt the heaviness of that? You're like, oh my God, maybe I am not doing enough. Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I don't know how to do this. Those jabs have been landing and sticking to you. So there's some need for energetic clearing and energetic healing. If you know of a Reiki practitioner that could help you with that, get you cleared out of all of the energy of others that you have been holding on to, you could do that. You could also learn how to do that online or do it in meditation, whatever feels right for you. I'd highly suggest you do that. And yeah, you need to rest. Stop getting back up after people punch you and knock you down. That's what's been happening on an energetic level, and we need some time for you to recover. So if this is from a toxic workplace, if this is from a toxic family dynamic, there needs to be some separation here, because as soon as you get up, they're going to keep doing it. It's going to keep happening. So if you're able to take a vacation or take a weekend away just to recuperate, recover, that would be very beneficial for you. That would kind of breathe new life into you, even if it's for like 2 or 3 days. I'm feeling that would be enough. It would suffice for you to get back on your feet and remember who you are, remember your power, because you are a very, very strong person. Like, I can see the absolute, like, it's like machine gun. It's like somebody took a machine gun to your energy. It has not been easy, and you are a person that keeps standing back up. You are so incredibly strong and powerful for even having the ability to still get back up. You're still actively doing it. You're like, okay, they shot me down, whatever, I'm gonna get back up. No. I know you can. Theoretically, you could still keep on going. You could still work at this toxic job environment or whatever, or still deal with these toxic family members. I'm not sure the situation that's going on there for you right now, but the question isn't if you can. The question is if you should. And this is something I tell my husband all the time. He thinks that, like, I doubt his ability to do something. And I'm like, no, the question isn't if you can. I know you can. I know you can do this. I know you can do that. But should you? Should you put that pressure on yourself? Should you put that much tax on your body like that? It's taxing. It's exhausting. It's going to hurt. It's going to eventually have a huge toll on you, a huge toll on your health, on your mental health or physical health. So although you can keep going, the question is, should you? And I will answer that because it feels like you would be like, yeah, I should still do this. And I should. No, the answer is no, you should not. You should not get back up and still deal with this. You need a break. You need to relax. You need to take some time to, like, just wash off all the negativity that has been like just sent your way, flooding over you. You are very, very strong. You are very, very resilient, but it's going to catch up. So let's preemptively take care of what is going on with you, because you have kind of been getting beat up. And this makes sense why I couldn't tune into your energy at first, even though you're exhausted. That's how freaking strong you are, okay? I wasn't able to pick up on your energy, but that is how freaking strong you are. Even with all of these holes in your aura, you are still defending yourself. You are still getting back up, and we know that you can. What sign is like that? What sign is like super determined like that, like stubbornly just keeps going even though it's like killing them? We know that you can. Now can you stop? Can you let us take care of you? Is what I'm hearing for you. Maybe this is a Taurus thing because my husband's very much like that. So yeah, this is about surrender. This is about falling into the arms of the universe and letting her hold you, really resting taking whatever it is that gives you energy, that gives you fulfillment and a sense of rest, utilizing that, using that. So I'm going to read the definition for this card because it's absolutely beautiful. And I want you to listen to every word and take it to heart, because you have been letting other people like make you feel down, walking all over you, like taking jabs at you. It's time to stop. So here's what this card says. Fall into my arms. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often, we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded, and when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fear, burdens, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are very difficult, they can also be magnificent. Because the more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I have truly lived. That is what I have for you, group number 3. Please take it easy. And remember what I said. I know you can do this, you can get back up, but should you? No. You need to rest, surrender, fall into the arms of the universe, and let her hold you through this so that you can come back to yourself and remember that, hey, all of this stuff that has been dumped on me is other people's problems. It's not me. It's not who I am. You need to come back to that state of remembrance. That's all I have for you, group number 3. Now on to group number 4. All right, group number 4. I think I know who this is for. This is a very, very beautiful and profound message. You are in a period of waiting. It feels very uncomfortable for you because you're a person that is a doer. You are not a person that waits for life to happen for them or to them. You are a person that grabs the bull by the horns. Right? That's how they say it. Grabs the bull by the horns and either gets what they want, makes it happen, or not. No, not or not. You're not the type to be like, oh, but I really wanted that. Oh well, I can't do anything about it. You make it happen. You make things happen through sheer force of will. I have a feeling that you should also listen to group number 3. I don't know why that's happening today. For some reason, I told group number 3, you should listen to group number 2. And then I told group number 4, you should listen to group number 3. But yeah, there's a message in there for you too, in group number 3, group number 4. And you are in a period of waiting. This is a very sacred period because usually waiting means that something is coming, right? something very big, something very life-altering. And the first card that I pulled for you is called the Void. It's a card to stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Those are the words it says on the card. So I have a feeling that either you are nurturing something, growing something inside of you spiritually, or you're doing it on a physical level. So this may be a pregnancy that is coming in for you, for some very long awaited. Along with this pregnancy, there is a shift that is coming in for you. And I don't think it's like baby related. If you are not actually pregnant or trying to get pregnant, this is a more spiritual sense. Pregnant in the spiritual sense, it means that something is dying to be created by you, some kind of project, some kind of mission, something you're building meticulously in the spirit realm. So, regardless of whether you are physically growing a baby or nurturing some kind of project into life, there is going to be this very distinct crossroads for you, a fork in the path, and you are going to have to choose between your fated life or what is destined for you. And I really like how this book explained fate versus destiny. I'm going to read you guys the excerpt out of it because it's just so profound. It's so freaking good. Listen to this. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with a choice to either follow the destiny life or the fated life. So I really, really liked it. And I was like, holy crap. Okay, this is like spot on. It's talking about destiny. It's kind of, I feel like, referencing to Destiny Weaver for me. So maybe this is my pile. I found it profoundly, profoundly meaningful because I was like, that's exactly what Destiny Weaver is about. Choosing the life that you want. So you are going to be coming on this fork in the road, and you're going to be tasked with a decision. The reason I'm automatically feeling some resistance to it because I feel like it's going to be a very difficult decision. It is going to be venturing into the unknown. And that is absolutely terrifying. So if this card pile is for me, I'm immediately like, okay, great. I get to go through unexplored territory again. It's not comfortable, and there's going to be resistance towards it. But that is exactly the point of a destiny path. The point of a destiny path is to go where nobody's been before, to go into unexplored territory, to go into uncharted waters, right? And the thing with uncharted waters is half of the time you have no idea what you're doing, and the other half of the time you're scared out of your mind. But you tend to stumble across the most glorious things on that kind of path, the biggest things on that kind of path, because you are going where nobody's gone before. And this kind of ties into the winter that we were talking about, the waiting period, because uncharted courses take a lot of patience. And patience is something we lack. Like I said, you're more of a go-getter. You're more of a either it's going to happen or I'm going to make it happen. And It's like we are on a ship and we've gotten into uncharted waters, a really foggy place, and a place of there's no certainty where we are right now. We kind of just have to wait the fog out until it clears up so we have an idea, an indication of where we are or what we're doing, right? That's what this feels like for you. It's a season of waiting. It's a period of waiting. It's not a period of sitting around and doing nothing. So there's that. You're going to be happy to hear that. It's not a season of waiting around and doing anything. You're doing something. You're on this boat. You're going in the direction of your destiny. That is what I'm hearing. You're already on this boat. You've made the choice to pursue your destiny, not what you were born into, but what you chose. So you are on the right path. Don't let the fogginess disturb you. Don't let it scare you into thinking that you made a wrong turn somewhere. No, there's no wrong turn here. You're in the middle of the frickin' ocean. You're just in a place that others haven't ventured before. So have some patience to wait out the uncertainty, to wait out the part of it that is unfamiliar and terrifying. Because once it clears, you are going to realize that you are standing in a gold mine. I am seeing like a whole different planet show up, a whole different world show up for you guys, for us. And it is something that we're going to help other people explore because this is giving trailblazer vibes. We're going to be introducing other people to it. I feel like if you aren't already an influencer listening to this, you are likely going to be sharing something, sharing a part of your journey, a part of your soul path that had a profound impact on you, and it's going to have a profound impact on others. It's going to, you have a very important message to share with other people, and it is going to change lives, and you are going to be so well loved, first of all, is what I'm hearing, because you're going to pop up in people's lives that really, really needed encouragement, going through a hard time. You are kind of going to be the lighthouse, navigating through the fog for other people because you've been through the fog. So right now you're a little bit in it. Right now you're not so sure. You might be feeling like, what the hell did I do? Why did I choose this path? This is silly. It's you know what? It's reminding me of that one Disney movie. I think it was Atlantis or something, where they had no idea if they were going to actually find Atlantis, actually stumble upon Atlantis, but they were like going based off all of these like old texts that nobody actually believed that they would be able to find it, but some rich person funded their trip to go and try and find this lost city of Atlantis, and they actually did. So where was I going with that? What was I saying? I think I was trying to say that you're kind of in that stage. You're not expecting to find Atlantis. You hope you'll find Atlantis. And then when you do, when you find that world, you're the lighthouse that helps everybody else get there. You know? I think that's all I have for you, group number 4. Honestly, out of all of the piles, I think this was the least difficult. But for you, it's a different kind of difficulty. I feel like you guys are really used to being in very tough situations, and you're really good at crisis management. So you're like, oh, I can do this. Like other people could be freaking out if the house is on fire, but you're like, I got this. I know where the go bag is. I know this and this and this. So you're really good at crisis situations, but you're not so good at the waiting situations, at the times where the universe is asking you to trust, lean in, and just wait. And I think that this is my pile because I absolutely suck at that. I wouldn't say that I'm good at crisis situations either. Josh, am I good at crisis situations? is, yeah. Yeah, that's to be determined. All right, guys, thank you. Thank you so much for listening. It has been a wild ride. If you guys wanted to get your own soul contract done, please book it on my website at thesoulecosystem.com or on my Etsy shop, The Soul Ecosystem. Be on the lookout for the dates for Destiny Weaver to be announced. I am very excited about this project, and I guess I'm feeling kind of the reins being held back a little bit. The universe trying to slow me down a little in regards to releasing this, since I have to wait and be patient in the fog or whatever. So just be on the lookout for that. You're going to see it pop up on my Instagram and on my website. Thank you guys so much for listening. Those were your July predictions. Let me know how they land for you. I've been getting feedback about the June predictions, and I absolutely love it when people tell me how it goes. So please reach out and share how that goes for you. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your summer.